and then I needed a wee, which was a bit inconvenient. But the thing is, I just can't hold my wees anymore. I've got the bladder of a 5-year-old, really. It's pretty bad, but it's worse for a 5-year-old. They call him Pissy Chrissy now in the playground. I mean, it's quite funny, but mostly me. But I'm not the monster in that situation, really. I think the government, really, are to blame. He's got to pay 5p a bag now. Mean, isn't it? I'm Lyndon, I'm a comedy virgin. I've been doing my Christmas stand-up course, and so pity laughs are appreciated, just like when I was a virgin. And you know, the doing stand-up for the first time is a bit like losing your virginity, in my opinion. Feeling a bit anxious, a bit awkward, sweaty palms, got a massive erection, and my family are filming it. So it's almost exactly the same. Let's just hope it doesn't end in the same disappointment. So I really want you guys to have a good time too. To be honest, if it was exactly the same, my set would have finished 30 seconds ago. But I've been completely honest, I wouldn't even got to hello. But yeah, so I do get quite nervous doing anything really. So I used to have a drink before I do everything, which some people consider a problem. You know, the pessimists. I prefer to look at it as a hobby, really. You know, like baking or sewing, just a bit more maligned, isn't it? I mean, you don't see many over-enthusiastic bakers having family interventions from their family because they're getting pissed off with their baking. I mean, I bet living with Paul Hollywood can be a right fucking test of your patience. I bet Paul Hollywood's wife always wants to be like, Paul, come down here a second. What's up, love? Found flour in the bed again. It wasn't me. Don't lie to me, Paul. The glaze is all over the place. I've been trying not to rise to it. It's been left too long. Look, Cupcake. Don't call me Cupcake. I am not one of your French fancies. I am tired of you loafing around, okay? We need dough. Well, I do need dough. No, we need money, you dough nuts. Okay? You know, you can't have your cake and eat it, Paul. Look, Victoria, I'm not trying to sponge it. Don't make me lose my place. Look, Paul, you can't sugarcoat this one. Okay? I've had enough of your half-baked excuses. All right? You must think I must be a bloody fruitcake to be with you. I wish you were a fruitcake. Get out! That is an argument in a land called Puntopia. I wish every argument happened there. But I do think it's difficult to get through life without having some sort of vice, really. It can be a bit of a mad and depressing world, I find. Not all the time, but most of the time. And, you know, I feel like I know this more than most. You know, I'm standing here before you now. I'm 24. I've got a bald head. You know, I'm supposed to be young. Yeah, I'm actually supposed to be beautiful. But you know, nature plays a cruel trick where this bit fucks off and this bit stays. It's not very fair. You know, my mates tell me, Lyndon, get some fucking perspective, mate. Oh, fair enough. Okay. There are people in this world who are having a lot worse time than me. I was just recently watching some of the horrible images from Macedonia, people queuing up to just try and get away from war, famine, and you know, and destitution, really. But when I look at them, all I can think of is they've got a great set of head of hair. Really. Where is their perspective? It's just no. Where is my fucking charity? How can I say, you know, if you feel willing, send your spare shavings over to me because I will make good use of it. You know, you don't even have to pay to donate. You just have to donate to pay. So I think that would be the tagline. But I'm happy, at least, not to be at the level of desperation which we in the balding trade call a Prince William. So that's the level which I don't want to ever reach. But obviously I am being completely facetious, don't take this too seriously. I am not actually that vain. I'm far too intelligent for that. And also, you know, what's going on with the refugees at the moment is absolutely awful. You know, we've had a part in the conflict and there are victims that we're not letting in. And I think David Cameron has been dealing with this in a completely ham-fisted manner. But then we shouldn't be surprised, really, should we? It's probably not the first time he's responded to pressure by fisting Ham. That's the levels. It gets worse. Because now we know why Porky Pig stutters. It's something. The thing is, the stuff writes itself, because when this came out, they called it Piggate. I personally like to call it Swine 11, because that's the impact it's had in my life. I'd quite like to know where he met these pigs, really. Was it Rinder? Or Toffs with Troughs? Or Whigs meeting pigs? I have no idea, but it's a good thing that he's got being Prime Minister going for him, because, you know, his wife's been getting a lot of attention for getting stuck into baking. And he just gets attention for getting stuck into bacon. So, he doesn't want to be outdone. But I have a feeling that Samantha, his wife, probably gets a bit annoyed now when he calls him babe. When he calls her babe, he's like, don't talk about your ex-girlfriends. But we do have an EU referendum coming up. It's the most banal argument that we've been going to have to listen to for the next 6 months. You got your one vote in, your one vote out. Personally, like a third vote to shake it all about, because you have the choice between David Cameron or Nigel Farage, and I don't want to please either of them, really. You know, I would like my third choice. It's like picking between going to leaving your kid at a day centre run by Gary Glitter or Rolf Harris. You know, we live in a land of opportunity. Can I have my third choice, please? But we do have a habit, of vilifying other people's opinions and not taking them in. You know, and I do understand part of the anti-EU argument. You know, I don't particularly see myself as continental. I mostly see myself as British. Me and my girlfriend were in Iceland a few weeks ago. We were, actually. I'm not even making this up. But I'm making up the next bit. And this Australian comes up to us. He just goes, "European." And I was like, "No, mate, British, yeah? British." He goes, "No, you pissed yourself." 5-year-old bladders are not good for my alcohol consumption, I'll tell you that. But it's true, you know, by vilifying other people's opinions too much, you know, it means that you don't analyse yourself enough. And I learned this in a very interesting way when I was living in Brighton. I used to run around with the Anti-Fascist League, and so every once a year the EDL used to come down, and we used to chase them around. And that's the English Defence League, not the English disco lovers, who are also quite prominent in Brighton. But while we were chasing them around, you know, we were yelling all these extremities at them. And we got flanked by this group of police on horseback, which is a bit medieval anyway. But usually police aren't supposed to express any kind of moral or ethical opinion, especially when they're on duty. You know, even the fucking horses, they're just like... But this time, the police seemed to be, this one police officer seemed to be so enraged, he turned around to us and he was just like, "Stop, you fascists!" And we were like, indignant. Us? Fascists? What, us all dressed in black with dodgy haircuts saying hate and abuse of those guys over there? Fair enough, yeah. Get off your high horse. Thank you very much.